Hi guys, this is Joe Kelly. We're going to be talking about whether you sometimes feel that you are blocked when you're acting, and we're going to be looking at why you're feeling that way. So maybe you've felt that sometimes, and feeling blocked as an actor, maybe you felt that um, somehow physically you feel that there's parts of your instrument of your body that are blocked, that are not moving in a fluid way, in an organic way when you're in the middle of a scene. You might be feeling that more actually when you're auditioning rather than when you're shooting. You might sometimes feel that you are abundant emotionally, but when it comes to a certain type of scene, you sometimes feel blocked totally, like, oh, you can't go into that emotion, or you feel somewhat blocked, which means you can't really be there 100%, which can be so frustrating. Um, I know that actors often talk about like that's the worst sensation, like you're so preoccupied with what others will think, with what others will do even with you in the scene, or how the casting director would read with you, that suddenly you feel this huge embarrassment and you really don't have access to your instrument, to your talent, to your energy, your emotions, your lines. So feeling blocked as an actor can take very many, very many, I can't remember anymore, different faces, different, it can be different sensations, right? And the reasons may appear that they're very different too. So you may feel that you're blocked because you get the sides and it's too late for you to get them. Like you get them at the 10 p.m. at night and you have an audition the next day, or worse, when you're shooting, you get them in the middle of the night and a couple hours later you have to go shoot. Or you get two different things, you're on two different projects at the same time, or you have two different auditions, or more, hopefully more. And so you may sometimes feel that the fact that it's too much text to learn might block you, that you might feel that the text is too technical, that you might think that this is the reason why you're feeling blocked. You might feel like that it's not for you, that you don't like them, so that's another reason to be feeling that you're blocked in the audition or when you're shooting. You might get an impression that the casting director doesn't like you or is thinking about something else when you get in the room. And that might, make you feel like you're blocked. The reader is reading a certain way. The partner. It's like the list of things that can happen during an audition, or right nowadays more during your tapes or on set, is endless. And you might often think that those are the reasons why, like the circumstances are so difficult and depend of so many different things, that you may often feel that those are the reasons why you suddenly block, because usually you don't. And so it can create a lot of stress. It can create too much emotion sometimes, like you feel like you're not there emotionally, so you might feel like you need to push so much, and then you leave the shoot or the audition, you're like, why did I push so much? Because you were afraid that things were not coming, because you were not opening up, right? So again, feeling blocked, um, you can experience feeling blocked in many different ways, in many different volumes. You can feel a little blocked to what you can deliver, or totally blocked and be completely frozen. And you can feel that it's coming, that it can be the result of so many different things happening, from getting the sides too late, or getting them too long, or having weird energies in the audition room or on set or with your partner, or trying to figure out the direction. Like a lot of actors say, well, when I get specific direction, it's really hard for me and I block, because I feel like I'm expected to do it a certain way. And so it puts pressure on me. And then if it says that I have to cry or I have to laugh, or suddenly I feel like I'm pressured to do something, and therefore I block. So I get that. I hear you guys. Most actors feel this way. But what I want us to do today together is to dig a little deeper than that. So what's happening is that actually, um, the sensation of being blocked, no matter how big or small it is, and no matter where you think it's coming from, is actually a consequence of something happening. The being blocked is not your problem. The being blocked and feeling blocked is a consequence of an actual real issue that's happening. There's a root cause to you being blocked. And the root cause to you being blocked is that you have been conditioned to think there is a right way or a wrong way or a good way or a bad way to do a scene. So when you get the scene and you get the sides, whether it's for an audition or a set, part of you is thinking there's a right way to do this. There's a good way to do this so that I can book. And the reason why you're thinking that way is not because you're trying to be smart. It's not because it's efficient. It's because you've been conditioned to think that way, that there is a right and wrong way to behave, a right and wrong way to do things, a right and wrong way to feel, a right and wrong way to think. So let me unpack that a little bit. Your conditioning is the cables in your instruments. It's how you've been wired by your upbringing, by your parents, by your family, by the culture, by school, and the culture in general. So it starts with your family. You come to this earth and you're being told that you can't feel the emotions you feel. Usually when a baby cries, all parents will sit around the baby and will try and distract him from his crying, or will try and make him not cry, like stop crying. They'll even tell him, don't cry, you're okay, you're okay. So completely denying the experience of the child, right? So I don't know if you remember when you were little, if you would have what is called a temper tantrum, which just meant that you were feeling some anger about something that didn't work for you, that also was repressed, right? So parents don't usually encourage those emotions. They'll usually say, don't get angry, especially not in public, so especially not in front of others, right? So maybe you're starting to see bridges of where we're going to take this discussion. You're wired to not feel, especially not in front of other people. And then here you are, you're an actor, and your job is about being fully alive and being fully authentic and in the moment and free, but you've been wired not to feel, to repress every authentic impulse. Every instinct that you have has been repressed. You've been conditioned to be great at hiding and at faking and pretending, right? And then you go to school and the same thing continues, but on a bigger scale, right? You're being asked to do things all day long that you have no say about. No one is asking about your opinion on your education. You just have to sit there and eat it. Stuff is being shoved down your throat all day long. You sit from 4.5 years old, or even 3 in preschool, when all you actually need developmentally as a little human being is to move your body around. You need to yell, feel, experiment, move, jump, push. And what we ask kids to do at school is to sit down behind a bench and to listen to things they don't want to listen to. They want to interact, discover, put their hands in dirt. They want to be alive, right? So that's when you're little, and then it keeps going and the information keeps being shoved down your throat, information you didn't ask for, but you're being told that's the good thing to do. And if you don't, there's consequences. You get punished. The love is taken back. Your value is taken away. Your possible social connections, your belonging is taken away. So there's this shame that's there if you don't drink the Kool-Aid. Shame and denial of love. So what happens? You're a little person, you're vulnerable, you need your family, you need your parents. I'm not saying they're evil. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that's where we are with the world, and that's what we've all gotten, and that's what keep being repeated. So you get conditioned, right? You get to actually become one of the little robots that's been trained to think, behave, feel, and do what everybody else does, because there is a right way to do things. That's what you've been told all along, every single day of your life. And if you do it the wrong way, you get shamed and you don't get love or valued. So what happens when you get those sides? That mechanism kicks in and you want to get it right, because if not, you'll get shamed, you won't get the value, you won't book, and you won't get the love that comes with it. So your whole system, your whole instrument is pulling for its conditioning. It's pulling for its life. It doesn't want to be punished. It wants to get it right. It wants to be good, right? And you've probably felt that sensation when you're in the room or even when you're on set or on a stage, that you want to be good. And I'll share a free training in the comments. It's called Stop Trying to Be Good so you have a chance of being great. Okay, so I'll share that. So what's happening is, yeah, all your energy is going in the future in trying to please, in trying to people please. In a way, you're trying to manipulate the outcome, the future, the result. You're attached to the result. So if you're attached to the future and the result, you're not right here, right now with your character. You're not being your character. You're not defending their needs. You're defending your ego's needs, which is not your job description, right? Which is why you block. So again, to summarize what we've said, feeling blocked as an actor, whether that's emotionally, physically, being embarrassed, all of those things that we may feel at a little level or a big level, is not the problem. You have to look at the root cause. Feeling blocked is just a consequence of the real issue. The real issue, the root cause, is that you have been conditioned to do things a certain way, as if there was a right way or a good way, and to absolutely always avoid the wrong way and the bad way. So you're avoiding making mistakes. You're avoiding being punished, being shamed. That's what you're doing. And when you do that, your instrument closes on you. It blocks. You do not have access to you because you've been trained not to have access to you. You've been trained to be like everybody else, to fit, right? So I hope that makes sense. In our next live, we'll take this discussion and we'll take it a step further and see what you can do in order to not have that conditioning, that learned behavior run your life, or rather to have you at the center of the equation. All right. So if there's any questions or comments, put them in the notes, in the comments, and my team and myself will get to you. Bye, guys. See you soon. If you're interested in this, and if this makes sense, if you want to do this work, you can get on our wait list. You click the link below, and as soon as we open enrollment, we'll let you know.